Righto, this episode on the 79 series build, we're down to the little bits of nitty gritty that need to be done. One of those being a reversing camera. Now, I really wish I had done this when we were doing the rest of the stereo install. However, the camera wasn't available for this model head unit at the time. So I've got hold of a kit from Custom Car Stereo Systems.
Oh my God.
Okay, I've got a spare.
What have you done?
Oh my God. It's awkward and it's painful. Wiring sucks. Sucks.
What?
I've got hold of a kit from Custom Car Stereo Systems. It was around the $300 mark, so it's really not a cheap little thing really. But the camera they supplied is pretty heavy duty looking, so I'm pretty happy with that. It comes with a pre-wired harness, so this should be a plug and play install, and obviously a pre-terminated harness to go from the head unit all the way to the back of the car. Now, this is going to be a step-by-step exactly how you install this Custom Car Stereo Systems reversing camera kit into a facelifted 2024 model 79, 78 or 76 series. I would hazard a guess are all exactly the same. So let's get into it. I think as far as modifications go, this one is one of the more important things really in this day and age, and especially if you've set it up as a tow vehicle, to be able to back onto your trailer and actually see the bloody thing. Not only that, reversing and just having a glance and making sure there's no kids behind you. This is one of those other modifications that Toyota have made us do. It's ridiculous. Toyota should be doing this from standard. A reversing camera is not that hard to put on, especially when the factory head unit does already accept it. So anyway, that's enough of the rant, and we'll continue to fix what Toyota should have done in this 79 series build series. Let's get in and install this camera into a facelifted 2024 model. These instructions are very, very comprehensive. So I'm going to actually read the instructions, do it as per the kit, and we'll see how well it goes. It's a bit of a new one for me, reading instructions. Okay, so we're going to got a few tools out. You're going to need a 10mm socket, side cutters, a screwdriver. There won't be a lot of tools you will need. One specialty tool will be a plastic pry tool. I have spoken about these quite a few times on this channel. If you don't have any, go to your local Super Cheap. They're quite a cheap little tool to get. They just really make it easy to remove trim pieces in your car without scratching it. So don't just go for the flathead screwdriver. Go and buy them. They're $10. Righto, first step is to remove the plastic trim around the head unit itself. And then there'll be 4 10mm bolts holding the head unit in. Once the fascia piece has been released, unplug the clock and the hazard switch. Now the fascia piece is out of the road, this will reveal the 4 10mm bolts that hold the head unit in the dash. Undo these and pull the head unit itself out. It's time now to install the included patch harness that come with the kit. Now at this point, I'm actually going to plug the camera in and test everything is working before we go and put the dash back together. This is just good practice. You don't want to go pulling the dash apart too many times, as things will get loose over time. So I'm pretty confident it's going to work, but let's give it a test. Well, as you can see, the camera works. So now we can go ahead and finish the whole install, running the cable to the back and mounting the camera up in position. The whole flashing stop thing, I'm assuming it's because I'm too close to the camera here. So yeah, hopefully that goes away. And I think there is a way you can get rid of the lines. However, I think I like them, so I'll leave the lines there. But you don't even need to find a trigger wire for the reverse. That's already in that head unit. So why in the hell don't Toyota just put the friggin' camera in the car? Getting that harness down in behind the dash there is made easier if you just pull the glove box out. Now if you just push it in the sides of the glove box, fold it down, it just pops out. It's quite an easy thing to do. So we'll pull that cable through now. Feed the camera harness down towards the glove box, and now it's time to put the head unit back in. You do have to move the extra bit of harness around in behind. There is plenty of room in there though. Screw the head unit back on and clip the fascia back together. Be sure to connect the clock and the hazard light switch again before you put it all back in. Okay, I know I said I was going to follow the instructions here, but I do have quite a fair bit of cabling already run through both sill panels. Now in their instructions it says to go down into the kick panel and then straight down through the floor. There is already a grommet there. Now look, you can do that, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to choose to stay with the electrical cables that I already have there and exit out through the back wall with the rest of it, so I know it's all together. So these little trim pieces that cover the sill here, they literally just pull straight up. Now, there is a limit to how many times you can do this. They are fairly robust, but that's one of those things where you really try and do all these electrical things at once, which we haven't really succeeded at in this build again. But for you guys, plan ahead and try and do it all together. So I'm going to run the camera harness straight through the back wall where there is a grommet supplied by Toyota. I have a few other wires in this, so I've just taken a Stanley knife and just made the hole ever so slightly bigger and then push the wire through so the grommet seals around the cable. Put the carpet back down and we're on to mounting the camera at the back of the vehicle. Okay, so we've got it through the back wall. Now I'm just feeding it down through on the edge of my tray support here. Now everyone's going to be a little bit different at this point, so you really just want to put it out of harm's way, and I've got a heap of other cables running down on the inside of the tray support. So we'll get it through to the back here and then we'll go about mounting this rear camera. Okay, so we've got the harness all the way to the back of the car where I want to mount the camera. Now again, this is going to be different for everyone. The main purpose of this camera for me is to hook onto trailers. Although being quite a wide angled lens, it will no doubt throw quite a way to the sides, but also out. So you know, you can have a glance in your camera to check if there's a kid behind you. Don't obviously rely just on your cameras, use your mirrors as well. But I do have enough room, I think, to get a little nut and bolt between the floor of my pull-out drawer and the actual drawer itself. So that's where we're going to do it. And I will probably go and get Meegs, my wife, my beautiful wife, to come and hold it there and just test it and make sure we're happy with the location. Or maybe I should make sure if she's happy with the location. Happy wife, happy life. Okay, happy with the location. Mark some holes, drilling through. And this will probably be a little bit fiddly. I don't have a lot of room, so I've got to find the exact size little nuts and bolts. Probably going to want some like 4mm fellas, 4mm by about 10mm long. Awesome, that's pretty painless. One thing left to do, let's try it out. Well, there you have it, guys. Look, everyone's scenario is going to be a little bit different. We can see a little bit of a black line in mine from the top edge of the screen for the trundle tray. That has got nothing to do with the camera. It's a really good little kit, really easy to install, and it's something that Toyota should have done from the get-go. My camera is also flashing stop, I would say, because of that strip that it's capturing. So I might modify that down the track, but for now, it works perfectly to hook the trailer up. And it's just, again, something Toyota should have done. If you've been enjoying watching this 79 series of builds, please like and subscribe. It does help us out. And don't forget, you do only live once. So get out in the shed and get into that project. See you next time.